Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I want to share this learning experience I've been actually having about chanting. It all began when I noticed that I was completing one full cycle, that is 16 rounds of chanting, in about 1 hour 10 minutes. That's about 80 minutes. While I was really feeling good about it, that I was really able to chant fast, I was also worried that I was turning in all the Harinam, bead after bead. So that was my worry. So I actually just tested it. The way I tested was I recorded 108 Harinam myself and then started chanting by playing the recording. And to my surprise, I realized that I finished an entire mala before the entire recording was played. What it means was I was pulling down 2 or 3 beats by the time I chant one Harinam, which means that I'm pulling down beats faster than I was able to chant. On further analysis, I realized that my chanting was a function of pulling down the beats, which means I pull down the beats first, then I chant. And this became mechanical, and over a period of time, the error factor started increasing much beyond than the actual chanting. So this was like the highest order of inattentive chanting, right? Then the question is, how do I fix it? How do I actually get it right? So like every other problem, even in this problem, which is created by me, the solution is in itself. And the solution is something that Prabhupada told us over and over time. We just need to actually just exactly use the solution Prabhupada gave, which is that we need to hear, right? It's not just chanting, we just need to hear. And so what I did was I flipped my situation and I made hearing as the primary action and moving the beats as the secondary action. Or moving the beats was a function of being heard. So that is the position, right? As in initially it was move the beats and chant, and from there you need to actually get to the stage, hear yourself. Once you heard, move the beat. So chanting, then being heard, and move the beats. So it actually just doing this has many immediate benefits. The first thing is that very swiftly, you move from inattentive position to attentive position because your focus is to be heard. Second thing, because you are training yourself to be heard, every time you gargle up, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, every time you do that, you realize that what you did was wrong. So you would correct yourself right there. And because you heard wrong, you train yourself not to move the beats, right? That is the immediate second benefit. And third benefit is that you won't move beats when you are not hearing. So automatically your quality of the chanting actually improves, or automatically your mind will be drawn back to be heard. So immediate benefits by a swift position, right? So when I do that, the good thing is that your chanting quality improves, and you are no more actually finishing your rounds in 3 minutes. It probably takes about 8.5 minutes, about 7+ minutes, or you are actually just completing your rounds in about 2 hours. And I made one more change, and this is important. Typically, almost all of us would be chanting by pulling the beats down. And this is an easier action, and over a period of time, this action takes over your chanting. So especially when you're stressed out, you would be pulling more beats down than you chant, and that's how you're kind of actually just snowballing the problem, right? So instead, what I did was I started actually just moving the beats upward. So this is a difficult action, but since you are actually just unlearning and relearning, I thought this was important because every time you actually just move the beats up, automatically your mind actually comes here, and then you know that you need to be heard before moving. So if you can actually just make these little changes, my experience was that it actually improves your chanting quality tremendously, and very, very immediately. And there is much more to it. Basically, the whole idea of unpacking the Harinam actually happens right in front of you. I don't want to actually just talk more about it, but if you are experiencing this kind of problem, please follow through this. And I also researched on it, as in some of the Iskcon learned scholars actually prescribe these methods. So try this and share with me your experience, and I will also share with you my experience of unpacking the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hari Bol. Thanks.